every year too.
I love how you had to do that for someone else because Donnie wasn't here.
I know Donnie's not here.
Someone had to do
which one's going to do that too.
Someone had to do it.
Someone, hey, listen, it is what it is. You know, you were part of it tonight. Welcome everybody to another Dad Hat Chronicle Sports Show. My name is Ed, and with me, my wonderful co-hosts and friends here. But first, let's get started with our main sponsor of the show, which is Mr. Prospector.
Old Ford Baseball Co.
Nuh-uh. All right. And then I hear if you use a certain code, you can get, I don't know, crazy, 15% off of your whole purchase. Does anybody know what that code is?
Dad Hat, maybe?
Boom sauce. I love it.
Has anyone told Brett?
No, not yet.
No, probably not.
Speaking of Old Ford, I was talking to him this afternoon.
Yeah.
So the Alaska Gold Panthers are coming back to Wichita for the NBC World Series 2025.
Nice.
First time since 2019. Had a thought. I didn't know that it would happen, but when we talked to the Matsu Miners on our podcast, they said, one, the Gold Panthers were rejoining the league because they weren't playing with the Alaska Baseball League, so they're coming back. But they also were able to change their schedule because here recently their schedule ran into the NBC, so it wouldn't have worked out. And so when we talked to Pete Christopher, he said that technically they were still in the bylaws that, the winner could go to Wichita. Obviously, being a stalwart that the Gold Panthers have been here in Wichita, they basically have an automatic bid. So they're trying to figure out ways. Obviously, it's super expensive for them to come for a couple weeks here to Wichita, but so they just announced it today that the NBC did that Alaska's coming back this summer, so can't wait to see him here in Wichita again.
That's pretty cool. I love their logo, by the way.
Yeah,
the Gold Panthers logo is nice.
It's very nice. The story that I was told is that apparently the GM of the Gold Panthers saw like a billboard with Donnie on it saying "Fly Wichita," and it was the inspiration for getting them back to Wichita.
I can see that. I can see that.
People are saying that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you guys could verify it because I was pretty sure it happened. I just needed a couple of other verifications.
I mean, that's some marketing right there.
It is.
What I mean?
Yeah.
So too bad he's not here to watch that.
Big impact.
Massive impact. Massive. So
no.
Oh no.
When
Tundra from my house. Furnace died and it's a balmy 61 degrees inside and 3 degrees out.
It's probably warmer just to go outside at this point, Lynn.
At this point, yeah. Right.
It was
Lynn, you deserve heat and a hat.
It was 1 degree here today, and it's supposed to be negative tomorrow. They had no school today, no school tomorrow. They were already off Monday, yesterday, and then last week, Thursday, Friday, and they canceled last Wednesday. So it's going to be basically over a week since the next time that they meet up again.
They just canceled school here for tomorrow.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And Darla just told me that apparently the state of North Carolina is in a state of emergency now for like 3 inches of snow.
See, they haven't declared Kansas state of emergency yet that I'm aware of.
Who knows? Yes, Brett, there is. I don't know if you know this, but if you go to Old Ford Baseball Company, right, their website, and you get yourself a little, I would highly recommend get yourself a hat, get yourself a hoodie, right? Because it is cold right now still. And use code Dad Hat and get yourself 15% off at checkout. I'm just saying, I think it's a great deal. So
where's Zach Beeson at? OU's getting blown out in basketball right now. They're losing by 20.
Ouchie. I was watching some college ball today, by the way. Baseball's back. I don't want to hear about anything else. Baseball's back. And then Tennessee was beating UNC Asheville 28-4.
I know Virgil has some scores here. We want to talk about some like Indiana State put up a 20-run inning and won 36-6. Who was? It wasn't Wright State, was it?
The game that got the most intrigue out of me was Rhode Island versus William and Mary.
What was the score on that one?
That score was there was 58 runs in 7 innings.
36-22.
36-22.
Jesus,
Actually,
was there any pitching?
no, I think it was just slow pitch. But Rhode Island came from 10 runs down also. So
Real.
yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's like, man, if they would have only scored 4 more runs, it would have been the 40-22 like the Super Bowl was.
Oh,
And then, there's a couple ranked teams. Liberty beat NC State today. They were down 3, scored 4 in the top of the 9th.
One that shocked me, Texas Rio Grande Valley beat Dallas Baptist.
Oh, yeah, they were down in that and came back and then blew them out by like 10, 15-5. So, yeah, there's been a lot of – I mean, we call them
early on.
So, yeah, I mean, with baseball, Wichita State's flying to Hawaii tomorrow, and then they have a 4-game series against Hawaii Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they play Chaminade on Monday. So, not sure if I'll get to listen to them Thursday, Friday, because it's like 10:35 start here. But Sunday it's like a 5 o'clock start, and Monday I think is a 6 or 5 o'clock start.
Listen, I know a lot of people are gonna hate on ESPN and all that, but man, I gotta appreciate the fact that they put so many basketball and so many baseball games on ESPN Plus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was.
Man, I love that. The quad box.
What I was doing this weekend. I was just watching.
Dude, I love the quad box. You know what I mean? Just because you can watch whatever game, and I get to watch my ball club. In baseball, they're a little bit better than football for Kent State, so at least they're decent, right? So I get to watch that, right? So I'm excited for that. My niece is trying to get me to go to the Durham ballpark to go see UNC and ECU play.
Yeah,
I would do that.
So, ECU lost again today. They lost to Campbell. The Camels. So ECU's lost.
You know who went to Campbell?
Anna
Di Tommaso. That's right.
She sure did.
Star soccer player.
There you go.
Goalkeeper.
All right. Well, sorry.
All right. Well, let's get started.
I was going to say sorry to derail on college
baseball.
Right, we haven't done
that. Well, before we derail from college baseball, I think I saw the opening night, and Eric and Virgil, correct me if I'm wrong on this. Were there 5 of the top 25 that lost? It was either 3 or 5. The top 25 lost in the opening game, or like
I would say probably at least 5 if I had to guess.
I think 5. I know there were at least 2 top 25 matchups. One we're not going to discuss here.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to discuss. Well, why don't we do this, guys? We're going to continue talking some baseball, some college ball. I like this. I'm all about it. Yeah. But why don't we go ahead and get started with all around that what we do. What hat are we wearing? Also, say in the chat. Everybody, thank you for joining us. What hat are you wearing? What I know Lynn is wearing multiple hats right about now just to keep warm. But what in drinking also helps, just saying, so what are we drinking and what are we wearing tonight? We'll start with you, Mr. Prospector.
So good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Tonight I am drinking 2 things. I've got the Atlanta Hard Cider Company, a cherry pie craft cider.
Bro, you and me.
Do you have my do you have my address?
What's that?
Do you have my address?
No, I don't.
Do you want me to send it to you?
No, I'm good. No, and then I'm also drinking
of course you are.
Yeah, I'm also drinking Crystal Light after the cider, and then tonight I am wearing the Birmingham Black Barons that most of you know. So
it's one of my favorite Negro Leagues logos.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wearing tonight, and I'm also wearing a minor league baseball shirt. So the this one was courtesy of the Lehigh Valley Iron Pig site. So
okay, all right,
yeah, like the one that they sell. This one actually says minor league baseball on it. So very comfortable.
Lynn has a red, black plaid furry flap hat. An opening day giveaway from Lansing Lundnuts in 2019. You know what? That's actually pretty good. I like that a lot.
Lynn, I'm glad that you specified that. My bet was going to be that you got it from a mystery box.
It could be too. You
I
know
was
what I
gonna
mean?
say it probably was.
Well, she probably has another team from a mystery box.
So, Eric, what are we wearing tonight, and what are we drinking?
So this hat just came in the mail today. It's the Salt Lake Occidentals from the Salt Lake Bees team store. Had one that's a white hat that Mr. Larson was telling me about that I got a little while back. This one was on sale for $5, and then got a Salt Lake Goals baseball style T-shirt as well. So has obviously black with the orange, and then on the side, can't really see it, but it says Occidentals on the side. And then got my water today.
Okay. I mean, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Go for it. I like it. All right, Mr. Producer, what you got?
Tonight says the Lexington Legends batting practice hat. And tonight I've got one of the beers that Donnie gave me from Divine Barrel, Lunchbox Confidential.
I dig it. I dig it. As far as I'm wearing Burlington Sock Puppets hat 47 cleanup tonight. And my drink of tonight, it is a 1911 from handcrafted in New York. 1911. It's called Oh My Cherry Pie Hard Cider. So
that's funny, and you guys didn't even plan that out.
Did not.
No. I honestly I thought he was drinking regular cider. So
that was pretty good.
Ooh.
That was pretty good. So there it is. Let's see. Ooh.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is yum.
Yeah. This is perfect too, because I was listening to Paul's episode today about the Traverse City Pit Spitters, and I was like, and I forgot that I had that in my fridge, and I'm like, well, that'll be perfect tonight.
I like it.
My Northwoods team.
That's just right. I've been meaning to make a post about this, and then tag the Northwoods League and team. So I'm gonna make a video on that, so that way. So stay tuned, everybody, because this is going to be a lot of fun.
I still haven't got my hat yet, but I'm going to get chastised as soon as I do, because as soon as I open this, what'd you spend? How much you spend? $5. Calm down.
$5. Clarence.
$5 more than you should have spent. I can already hear that right now.
100%.
We'll see a message here in a second.
I hope she knows I didn't turn you on to the Goals team store stuff. I've got to keep I've got to keep Mrs. Influencer happy.
Lynn says I have lots of mystery cat boxes. She goes, Brett goes like, why don't we try doing Welcome's spiked grape juice? It's amazing. Okay, I like it.
Brett's just telling us all of the alternates.
He found our script.
I know.
Yeah,
Brett, calm down. We were going to talk all about that. You know what I mean?
Brett, don't you have a council meeting?
so I want to finish off the college baseball talk, just because, again, I really do appreciate ESPN putting all of those together. Another one that goes, without saying, is the Northwoods League and having their own app, but also being on ESPN Plus. That's money right there. Like, I mean, that's super smart to say, hey, we got a good product. We're going to put it out there so people can watch it and find it. And I think that's super smart, right? All the leagues should do the same. The Appy League should do that. And I'm a fan of the Appy League, right? They're right here in my backyard. You're talking about, even indie ball, like, that's pretty cool. I like that. Have access to these games that were not just affiliated ball, right? I think it'll be pretty cool to see.
No, I completely agree. I mean,
and to answer your question, Patrick, there were 6 top 25 teams that lost opening day.
Dang. I knew it was a shocking number, and I was like, yeah, that's a. But I think it lends itself to the point that Eric was making about that you and Eric were making about the about all the upsets that you're seeing across college baseball. That and another point you guys made about just the number of like high scoring games we're seeing. I mean, like 30 runs and 20 plus runs. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So
it's wild. I love it though, because that's when it's still early on.
Yeah. Brett, never.
Yeah.
Never.
I was already telling Patrick this weekend, I'm like, why am I getting so upset when it's the first 3 games of the season? Wichita State lost 2 of 3 to McNeese State. I was like, it's early. And that's the thing. So their captain, their catcher, hurt his wrist a few weeks ago, so he's out for a couple weeks. He should be back hopefully by the home opener here in a week and a half. Their starting shortstop from last year had Tommy John, so he's just been DHing so far. He hasn't even been throwing. And then they had 3 starters in the first 11 innings get hurt this season. So it's like, if we can get a little healthier, I think we'll be okay. But I was telling Patrick, I'm like, why am I so frustrated already with my team? And it's only been 3 games into the season.
I know. But that's the thing, though. We have expectations. As fans, we have expectations. I'm like, this is a good ball club, whatever your team is, right? As fans, obviously fanatic, we have these expectations that, like, oh my God, they need to be better than this. And you're watching, obviously, we watch a lot of baseball, right? And then we're like, you're making dumb mistakes. You're making these dumb mistakes. We just got to clean it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's how it goes. I'm actually looking up Kent State's schedule right now.
I just want a functional bullpen. That's all.
Mercer's bullpen's not that good.
You know who I mean.
Elon?
No, definitely not. See, I'm glad Donnie's not here, so he'd be talking about Clemson beating Oklahoma State. So I'm glad he's not here for this.
Are they losing right now to Texas State?
I'm trying to find that score. I don't see it.
Last I knew, they were down. Terry's at the game because it's in Arlington where the Rangers play.
Go Pokes.
Go Pokes.
Go Pokes.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Win or lose, go Pokes.
Yeah.
It's currently tied 1-1 right now.
Tied 1-1, yeah.
Brett, I'm with you there. Oh, we want to go to Lynn's MILB museum, a.k.a. her house. It's true. By the way, my ball club so far, they went to the South Alabama Invitational and won the first game, lost the last 2. So they lost against South Alabama in SIUE. I don't even know SIUE. It was a school.
Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. SIU
Seriously?
Edwardsville.
Yep.
Yeah, my cousin went to college there, SIU Edwardsville. So it's not the main SIU that plays in the Missouri Valley. Yeah, well, the only reason I knew that is because my cousin went to college there. Hey, look who it is. But yeah, they not the main SIU, the Salukis, that's in the Missouri Valley. It's a different school. But yeah, SIU Edwardsville.
Yeah, they lost 4-9. So there you go.
Yeah.
But now they're still playing down there, and they're going to be playing at Mercer the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and they've already postponed the Ohio State game against Kent State. So there's
Kent State Mercer, Ed and Virgil Bowl or
World
Series.
Right. Let's go. Yes, I wear my Kent State hat for those games. Let's go.
And Virgil will have his Mercer hat on.
Well, my LSU Tigers are off to a 4-0 start, so I'm happy about that.
All right, I like it.
And of course, they haven't played. They haven't really played.
Who'd they play?
What's that?
Who'd they play?
Like Purdue, Fort Wayne. No, so they've played. They played a 3-game set against Purdue, Fort Wayne, and swept it. And then they played Southern tonight. So they've.
I think I saw a kid freshman pitcher was throwing like 96 for LSU.
Mm-hmm.
I know Zach just got on here, but how about those Sooner basketball guys?
I hear a slide there. Zach, are you gonna take that, Zach? I nominated nickname for Lynn, the queen as she is, the queen of MILB. I'm with it.
At least he's nice. At least he's nice to somebody.
I thought we named her Auntie Lynn.
Ooh, another shot here.
OU sold their soul to the SEC, so we're not really interested. Ouch! Go Pokes! Oh my God!
Virgil's trying not to smile here.
I know.
I'm trying so hard.
I like it. Everybody's just bringing it tonight. I love it. So is this like, for college baseball, it's like, like when like big programs play these small schools, is this like the version of football? Like you got to go and play these smaller schools early on just so we can get it out of the way.
Yeah, these are your non-conference ones right now.
Yeah.
SEC, it just means more win. SEC has not been relevant in quite a while. I'm sorry, Phil. It's just it has it. Like I mean, ever since NIL, it's just as the SEC has tanked. So we'll see. I mean, they still have a shot at baseball.
Switching to college basketball, though, I do have to give props to that Alabama-Auburn game, that 1-2 matchup. That was a really good game to watch.
I didn't watch it at all.
Yeah. It's amazing what those two coaches have done with those basketball programs.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Nate Oates and Bruce Pearl? Right?
I'm a jerk like my husband. Sorry, but not really.
Yeah, she's a jerk just like you, Patrick.
Oh
She's
my
what?
God.
Nothing. What's up, Patrick? How are you tonight?
What's up, Mrs. Influencer?
Did you get a good walk in tonight?
I sure did.
That's what's up.
Yep.
I got a little bit of a one in. We had a lot of snow here, but we made our way. The Y was closing early, but we got there in time.
How long do you did you and your wife go walking?
Yeah, she was off today, so she actually went earlier and she's doing, I think she's trying to do the couch to 5K. So she's doing a little bit. We were just both walking, but usually not together. Usually I would go and then she would go separate, but she took me up there this evening, and I think she was on the treadmill, and I just walked the track. So yesterday I went outside. It was pretty cold with the wind, but I got in 3 miles yesterday and got a couple miles today at the Y.
By the way, Mrs. Influencer, I just wanted to tell you, I saw you briefly on that polo, and I have to tell you, you look great. Keep up the great work.
Okay, with the polo. I got you. Okay, listen. Did I tell you that I injured my knee?
No, what were you doing? Cycling at 5 a.m?
Were you mud crawling like the Toledo Mud Hens?
So this is when I went to Arizona. I had injured my knee that bad, and I could not run for a long time. I just started back up again, really running. Dude, I went from a 9-minute mile to like 14, 15.
You weren't the one that fell up. I thought that was Paul.
Paul is the one that fell. I tweaked it. I don't know what happened to it, like a tendon or something. And dude, it's been nothing but like it's been slow. So, but yeah, I've been getting back. Like I've been doing a lot more cardio and running now, like Wednesdays and on the weekends, to get back into shape. That intermittent running, but man, it's a pain. So, yeah, I'm with you. It's not fun, not fun at all. All right, so let's move on from college baseball and then move up a couple levels up and go to minor league baseball. Since our script was already leaked out, might as well just jump in and talk about it, because guys, we have a couple of teams that got some alternate identities, and I'm going to tell you this: I love them. I love what the the Toledo Mud Hens did. That one is fire. Love that one. Winston-Salem, let's go. So I know there was a couple more. So, I want to know from you guys, which one is your favorite so far out of the ones that came out today?
I mean, for me, it's the Hooch Pooches.
Yeah.
You got a dog that's wearing a hat. I mean, what more of a logo do you want?
So nice.
Although I'm waiting to see if somebody's been complaining about the fact that it's a Boston Terrier and it's not native to Chicago or Winston-Salem.
And who cares?
Someone's going to say it.
Someone's going to say it. I'm hoping that Future Sports is here so that he can talk about this one. If he was one of the ones that designed one of these ones, because they're both like effing legit, Prospector, which one is your favorite?
For me, the mud crawlers. I know it's not as an identity, it's not new, because I mean the Mud Hens have done a couple of other. They've done at least one other identity with the mud crawlers. And I want to say that they've done like two different. Well, they did one year they did a jersey, and then the next year they did a hat and a jersey, and then now they've kind of redesigned it to include the like the duck, because obviously with Jeep owners, for those that don't know, a lot of Jeep owners will leave like a rubber duck in the, like if they sell it on to another owner, they'll leave that as kind of an homage to other owners. And so I'd say that one's my favorite, but I think the Hooch Pooches is really, really good as well. But for me, the mud crawlers, I think that logo, like you said, is absolute fire.
And not to knock on Toledo's marketing person, social media person. I think people, really don't understand what an actual dad hat is, right? Because like, hey, are you guys gonna come up with a, eventually in the future? Because like I went in there, I was looking for a dad hat, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, look at our site. And Eric, you saw my response, to what I said to them.
Oh, yeah. I went
So
on
are
there
they
and saw
saying
that.
there's a potential hat you could buy your dad and not an actual dad hat?
It's a hat that dads wear. I don't see what the problem is here.
Right. So I just
Yeah.
put, because like I was like, hey, check Toledo Mountain was like, check out the collection, gave me the link. So I go, soon then.
Right.
Ryan's here.
Bearing the lead, boys. Today was the deadline for the new 2026 MILB cap logos. Uh-oh.
What that's telling me is that our friend Ryan Foose has been submitting
He's been a
logos
busy
for
man.
2026.
Mr. Ryan Foose has been a busy
I was gonna
man.
say, but for good reason, because that man creates fire logos.
Yes, sir, he does. Brett is during Jeep Fest in Toledo. Look at that.
Yep, he's right.
The mud
then-
crawlers. Yeah, I know, Eric. Such a nice. I loved it.
Yeah.
And because there's a couple of logos they put, right? So they put the one with the duck waving on the actual Jeep, and then there was another one where I think I saw in one of the logos is the duck with the wheels on the actual duck. That one was fire. I'm like, oh man. So
Yeah.
I'm very
It's
happy
times
for
like
that.
Where you're like, I wish they had like alternate 5950s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh,
And
opportunity.
I'm looking at the Winston-Salem Dash right now. By the way, that ballpark is super nice.
Yeah.
Man, it's
The-
not.
You're talking about the Dash ballpark?
Yeah, the Dash.
So
Yeah.
I saw the outside of it. They weren't playing.
It's a nice ballpark.
Yeah.
I got to see the outside, but you didn't get to see the inside. But yeah, it looked pretty nice.
And shout out to Sydney that works for them. She does a phenomenal
Hey.
job.
Sydney's legit.
Sydney does a phenomenal job with their merchandising and marketing and everything else. So shout out to Sydney.
Fooser, any news on which one was it that did you design any of these? Because they're both fire. But the Hooch Pusher, by the way, they actually have an actual dad hat, which is a 920, New Era 920 pre-order, $30.
Yep.
So I like it because it's black and then the little button on top, red.
Yep.
That's nice.
Guys, you guys got to check those out. Wasn't there another one that came out today? Am I missing another one?
I don't know of another one that came out today.
Idaho Falls is teasing something.
Yeah, well, I know the Chuckers are.
Yeah.
They put the question mark, so they got nothing on their profile picture, so that could be that they're bringing something up, soon. So I like that.
But I'm trying to remember if it was Brett that said it or not. But I mean, there was the Little Rock 9. Did we cover that last week?
No,
No,
Well,
but
no,
that
'cause
was
that
just
came out this week.
yeah. That
I was
was
gonna say I didn't.
yesterday. I think.
Yeah, it
Yesterday,
came out
so-
yesterday.
So that's the third one. If you're thinking of just since our last show.
All right. Okay, so give me a second. Ryan did not release any other one today. He has one more unreleased. So, but you know what? I do like both of these that they came out. I'm a fan of both. So the one that came out today, the 9 is also pretty cool. I like that a lot.
And they will. And I talked to Arkansas today, and they will be releasing like on-field hats. I mean, I think that kind of goes without saying, but I just wanted to just confirm, and they will be. So
I like it.
for whatever that's worth.
And let me ask you this, guys. I have a question, and we'll get back to this real quick. But I just saw this, and if I don't ask this now, it's gonna, Joe Buck will be calling a baseball game.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about that?
I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't understand all the anti-Joe Buck sentiment. I'm not like a Joe Buck fanatic or anything like that, but I don't have a big problem with him.
I don't hate Joe Buck.
Neither do I.
I got respect from him ever since he said, he just says like, you know what, people are gonna hate on me no matter what, whether I like him or not. So I don't. And he literally said this, pardon my language. He goes like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, all right,
And he doesn't.
yeah, mad respect. He grew up a
Yeah.
Cardinals fan, so I mean, I don't understand what people say is like he's a Yankees. He's not. He grew up a Cardinals fan.
Mhm.
So, anyways, Eric, what were you gonna say?
When he was on Fox, he used to call Packers games all the time, so I can't stand him, but that's just me. Because I had to put up with him and listen to him all the time. But now, obviously, he's moved to ESPN, so I don't watch as much of him on Monday nights. I'll have the game on, or I'll turn on the Manning cast. So I know a lot of people are like, whatever, but I don't. Not a big fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Zach on this one. Joe Buck is better than current Fox World Series broadcasters Joe Davis. You can't. Okay, you know.
I agree. I agree with him.
Yeah, I'm 100% on that one. So I like that one. I like that one a lot. I wanted to. I texted you guys this because I wanted to, because baseball edition, right? I want to ask you guys, what is your dumpster fire of the week for you guys? Nominations, right? We're going to do some nominations here. Because I know all of you got different ones for baseball. Packers are more of a Troy issue than Buck. Ryan has a point. He does have a point.
Pretty sure Ryan's a Packers guy, if I remember right.
Brett, Buck and Brockmeyer was hilarious. He was.
I'm not sure. I was trying to listen to a podcast about
Shut
it.
your face.
I missed out, so I got 3 episodes in, I think.
You did.
Well, you got 3 episodes in, did they?
Yeah, 3. Asshole.
I thought maybe it was 2.5.
A bunch of dicks. Anyways, he was right. Like,
Tim
right.
McCarver. Yeah.
So, okay. Dumpster fire of the week. I'm going to start with the producer. He looks like he hasn't said much. He's sitting back. So I want to bring you in, reel you in. Give me your dumpster fire of the week.
See, I don't really know if we're talking about just baseball or overall.
Baseball.
See, I really don't know much on baseball one. I'm keeping my eye on a potential dumpster fire with the Blue Jays Vlad Jr. Fiasco right now.
I was going to let the prospector have that one.
No, producer, you go right ahead. It's probably good to get an outsider's perspective on it.
I'll give you an outsider's perspective.
So as people know, Vlad Jr. Blue Jays failed to reach a contract extension. And I can't say I'm surprised at this point. Vlad's probably at the point where he wants a ring. So I don't think with Toronto, there's probably still got to be some building for that. I just don't think he's got the patience for it anymore. So I'm not surprised by it.
You know who screwed this up? Management screwed this up. Because from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, general manager, president, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Vlad Jr. wanted to stay in Toronto and say, like, I want to stay, but you guys got to give me some, pay me. And then all of a sudden, like, we're not close. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, the problem is this. You offer, and I understand they're not the same player. Like, Ohtani is one thing. Like, you offered Ohtani north of $700 million. And, okay, I can understand that because it's Ohtani. But
also
then you're offering, it's not a secret that they offered Soto a very similar contract. Now, I don't know if it was north of 700 million. I don't know the exact numbers, but the fact that you were offering close to that, like for a guy that didn't really want to go to Toronto at the end of the day, and you have a guy that's been in Toronto, that's been fighting for your club, and you're not going to offer him anywhere close to what you offered Juan Soto. I don't blame Vlad Jr. I mean, he had his number. And then today management came out and they said, well, we don't want to talk numbers about and define close, because there were 3 definitions of close today.
Oh, dude, what the was that?
There was one definition from Vlad Jr., one from Mark Shapiro, and another one from Ross Atkins, and none of them were the same. And so, I mean, if he leaves, good for him. I'm not gonna begrudge him from wanting to win a ring. His dad never won one. He said that earlier today. He said he'd like to win one so he can give a ring to his dad. I'm not going to begrudge him that.
Yeah.
So even if that means he's going to, I'm sure to think the Yankees or the Red Sox or somewhere like that. I mean, if he thinks that's where he can win a ring, I'm not going to begrudge him that, because the Blue Jays had their chance. If they had done what the Royals did for Bobby Witt Jr., we wouldn't be having this conversation. Their timing was completely off. They made their bed. Now they have to lie in it. So,
but he's not as good as Bobby Witt, though.
You what?
He's not as good as Bobby Witt is, though.
Well, that's your opinion. So
there's no way that dude's defense. He's not even. What is he? A DH, first base.
First base.
So let me ask you this. All right, fine. If you knew that you weren't going to sign him, your management, you weren't going to sign him, why don't you put him out there as a trade piece to trade him out? The Mets would have signed him instead and would have rather have him than Pete Alonso, which, by the way, Pete Alonso is on the tail end of his career. He's no longer the player he is. I would have taken a 25-year-old. He is 25, isn't he?
He's 26. 26, I believe.
26-year-old Vladdy Jr. You know what I'm saying?
He might be 25. He's going to be 26.
Right. Now. So, you had an opportunity for other teams to go out and make sure that they at least put a trade bid in for him, so that way you could get something back. Toronto could get something back. But now, dude, most of the teams are already set, right?
Yeah.
You already have most of the first base already filled in. What are you going to do? You screw this up. Now, what are you going to do? Get a draft pick? Because
you were right.
Leaving?
You were correct. He is 25 right now. So you were correct. But yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be 26 on March 16th. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. They screwed it up. I mean, I don't know how else you can say it. I mean, and he has every right to go after the kind of contract that he wants after he had a career year for him, and right now he's in a position where he can ask for the numbers that he's wanting.
Yeah.
Now, as a first baseman, you don't normally get the kind of numbers that he is seeking, so that's where the Blue Jays are coming from. But the Blue Jays can't get your average free agent; they have to overpay. So why would you not want to? And no one else is going to come if you're getting rid of Vlad Jr. So the only choice you have is if you're not winning in July, you're going to have to trade him. You can't let him walk for a compensatory pick.
Compensatory pick of all things.
Yeah, you cannot let him walk for that. So the only way you're going to save any kind of face is if you trade him to a contender and get hopefully a big haul back for him. That's bunch
of minor leaguers is what they're going to get. A bunch of prospects. Yeah,
and really the leverage is with unless there's just a big bidding war that they get lucky to fall into. The leverage is with the buying teams.
With the playoff team at this point, right? I mean,
yeah.
So it's just so frustrating to see. All you have to do is be honest with the guy. Hey, we're not going to sign you. We're going to try to trade you. Okay. Then do that.
Well, and the thing is, he's not the only one leaving. Bo Bichette's going to leave too.
Bo Bichette's seeing this. He's like, I am not signing. Screw this.
So Bo and Vlad are both
team.
Yeah. No, Bo and Vlad are both gone.
So. When everybody says no offense to your team, they're offending the team.
Yeah. Oh, of course. And you can see Eric smirk down there.
I saw that.
He's like, man, I'm enjoying this.
Vladdy Jr. needs to just stick to DH at this point, but
you're going to become the new White Sox.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I feel bad for Anthony Santander. I'm going to be asking in July. Can you please get me out of here if things go wrong?
Vladdy Jr. would do real good in Detroit Tigers.
You think so?
100%.
Man,
Cleveland will do good too.
You what?
Well, he will do real good in Cleveland. We need a bat.
Listen, I'd rather him be in Cleveland as long as he doesn't end up in Kansas City. My gosh.
They don't have room in Kansas City.
He wouldn't never. Yeah, we got Vinny. We don't need that scrub anyways.
Okay, he is not a scrub though. But
no, he ain't a scrub.
Okay, I get you.
No, he ain't a scrub. But
listen here, TLC.
You what?
No,
I don't say I wanted. I didn't say I wanted any. I just said, yeah. I said, I just said
of the back front, Brian.
You what?
Trying to holler at me.
TLC.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
He
no scrubs.
I know.
No, I knew what you were talking about. I don't want no scrubs. Scrub is a guy that ain't getting. Yeah.
Speaking of, you know what, Brett? I'm glad you said that.
He said, speaking of scrubs.
No. Boba shit. No. Speaking of, just so let's talk about the Boston Red Sox.
That was going to be my pick of the week.
Dumpster fire. That was my pick too.
Because you signed Bregman, which is great for them, but Bregman's a third baseman. You already have Rafael Devers, and Devers is sitting there like, I'm not going to be a DH. He's not letting go of third base. So, and then somebody was saying that Vlad wants to go to Boston. So, like, where are they putting all these?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Rafael Devers doesn't speak a lot of English, but I'll tell you one term he learned this week. Hell nah.
No. Real good too. The Twins will take him too. By the way, Eric.
And Devers suggested that he had a meeting with Red Sox management about this entire issue.
When?
Well, that's what he was. That's what Virgil. I don't know if you saw that either, but like that's what he was suggesting. He was basically saying that, that trust is a big thing to him, and that. That he gave his opinion about this, I guess, in a meeting with Craig Breslow, the GM, and with Alex Cora, the manager. And he made it. Well, I don't know that he outright said this, but he made it sound like they talked to him about the position. He said he made it known in no uncertain terms that he wanted to play third base. He was not open to DHing or playing first base, because the other wrinkle in this is they've got that top second base prospect that's kind of in the reckoning throughout this. Is it Carson something?
I really wanted to say Carson Beck. I
was getting ready to say the same thing.
Carson Beck? the U. Anyways, or is he the boyfriend of one of those basketball twins?
The twins, yeah.
The twins.
Yeah. The second baseman in question is Christian Campbell.
Christian Campbell, I'm sorry, yeah.
And also, 5 hours ago, Bregman said that when it came to about playing third base, he said he'll play anywhere. So,
what is he going to say?
Oh, exactly. I mean, he's going to say that, but it really sounds more like he said, management screwed up.
Yeah. So, if any of you are interested in like junior management potential junior management candidates, I hear Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins are great for those kind of roles.
So, and I'm trying to get so the Red Sox says that they talked to Rafael Devers, and then Rafael Devers said the only time that he heard about this was like right before they were about to make the signing. Obviously, they've been having conversations for quite a while now, and it's not news, right? And I'm like, I'm befuddled by this, but like, why would you not go to Rafael Devers? I'm like, hey, listen, as an organization, we're thinking of doing this. And if you were going to thinking of doing that, and you're going to think of moving Rafael Devers to second base or whatever, why pay him all that money just to say he's our third baseman? Like, I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
He has 311 million reasons to think he's the third baseman of the future.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like Boston doesn't know what they're doing.
I never thought the day would be like, what the hell?
Did they go to the Toronto Blue Jays school of putting together a team?
I mean, do I think that they're gonna ride the ship? Probably, yeah. Like, I mean, obviously winning fixes a lot of things, right?
I was just about to say.
So
no, they move Bregman the second and then dangle Campbell as trade bait for somebody to get another player in. I can see that as a possibility, but still, that's a risky move for them. I don't think they're. I don't know where their farm team ranks. I need to look that up, but
it's definitely improved since last season. I mean, like Roman. I mean, they've got like Roman Anthony. They've got Christian Campbell. I mean, they've got some really good prospects coming up.
So they could probably get away trading some for another name to help.
Yeah, but the only thing about trading Christian Campbell though is that Bregman does have if Bregman has a big year, he does have an opt out each year of this 3-year contract.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, he deferred what $20 million of that deal that he's getting, but he get
90.
Didn't he get like a $5 million signing bonus, and then he's getting like $20 million each year? So
Brett, don't get me started on Scott Boras. I don't get me started. So,
I mean, he did great by Bregman and Alonso, right?
Okay.
Yeah, $60 million deferred.
Is it 60? Okay.
60.
Okay.
Breg at home, if at home, short porch, DH on road. Yeah, I guess.
Bregman left field at home. Okay. Well, I think it depends. Brett, in response to that, I think it depends on what kind of spring Christian Campbell has, because I think it's going to.
Everything will depend on how he plays.
Yeah, and then I can envision Bregman playing second and Rafael Devers playing third, because I don't think that Cora is going to want to rock the boat. Although the Red Sox have said that Devers said he wanted to win at all costs. So they said they were only listening to him, and so there's definitely one narrative coming out from the team and one narrative coming out from Devers' representatives. So depends on who you believe.
Yeah.
Or is it
anyways, you got anything else to say, Eric?
Nope. Let's just play some baseball.
I'm with it. Scott Boras to the bracket. I've hated Scott Boras for a long time.
He's already
he's already.
I was going to say, I think he's already on the bracket.
He's not good for baseball. You know what I mean? I don't care what anybody says. He is not good for baseball.
But Angel Reese is, right?
That's what I wanted Virgil to answer.
Oh yeah, she's a late addition. I have not done the seating yet for that one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Angel Reese for like assistant commissioner? What?
Well, all this talk of the Angel Reese, right? Like, she's saying, she's like, I'm a player too. I'm good for basketball. Woman, no. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say? The sky's the limit.
Oh, that's good. That's pretty good, actually. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. That's good. But like Caitlin Clark, that woman alone by herself, it's like what accounted for what 36% of the revenue WNBA brought in this year, dude. And she's only getting paid, obviously not the endorsements, but she's only getting paid $78,000 a year.
Yep. But she's gonna, which like her agent said, she's never gonna make like what her true value to the league is. But at the same time, I think she's going to get endorsement deals that other WNBA athletes have never seen.
Correct. Clark's revenue is kind of more of a long run for the WNBA because historically it's always been low revenue.
Sure.
I really think with her and more the good college players you get in, it's going to draw viewers. Those numbers just going to go up, and they'll be paid more for sure. So yeah, in 2024, she generated 11.1 million, which was 26.5% of the league's economic activity.
Sorry, I said 36. It's 26. I apologize. Still, that's a quarter of the league's one person. And by the way, Cleveland Rockers are back, baby. WNBA expansion franchise, baby. They're bringing the name, and I'm happy for that. I've actually sat courtside one time in my life, and it was at a Rockers game
Nice.
in Cleveland. So I like it. I like it a lot. I want to stay on basketball for one more minute, if you guys will allow me. I'm about to talk about one of your boys. Clark and Fever brought in 34% of all of WNBA attendance. Boom sauce.
Yep.
There. All I'm saying. So I'm just saying. I'm about to talk bad about one of your favorite team's player, Prospector.
Well, that's been the theme of tonight, so why don't we just continue it?
Draymond Green.
Oh, that's allowed.
He's a moron. First of all, you're saying that the NBA is boring and it's all scoring. And I'm like, hold on a second. I think you won a couple of championships because of that, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like you had two top scoring players who were just shooting threes from, three-quarters of the way back. And then all of a sudden now you're complaining that the league gets soft and then that this is now a watchable basketball.
Yeah. You were literally part of a team that literally changed the way that the NBA game is played.
Shut up. Just go away.
You know he won't, though. I mean, Draymond's going to be Draymond.
I know why he's doing it, right? Like, I mean, he's doing it for click, but like, you're doing the wrong thing. Like, just shut up. Just be the obnoxious player that you are, on the court. It gets you where you're at.
He's not even been a very productive player in the last.
He hasn't.
Years.
Mm-hmm.
For God's sakes, what's his name? Didn't even want to go back to Golden State.
Well, don't ask Jordan Poole what he thinks of him.
I like that. Was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, Allen Iverson might not like practice, but Draymond gave it everything he had in a right hook.
Oh, that. Oh, I got a dumpster fire of the week. I forgot. What's up, Stadium? I got a dumpster fire of the week. Angels owner Artie Moreno.
How is that any different from
what did he do now?
Anytime he gets
He's
quoted.
literally saying that this year his team is going to lose $50 million in revenue. Like it's like they said like they're not going to make any money. They're actually going to be losing $50 million. No one cares, first of all, and two, that's a lie.
Well, number 3, you signed Anthony Rendon.
Where do you think the 50 is coming from? I mean, that's 38.5 of it right there.
Yep. Anyways, I'm sorry, Ed. Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
No. That I wanted to open it up to you guys because I'm like, dude, shut up.
Well, really, what are your thoughts on that? I feel like you don't get to get your thoughts out there.
No. Go ahead. This is a joint show.
I haven't shut up the whole episode. So, Eric, what do you think?
Eric hasn't shut up all episode.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tell me what you think, Eric. As you're watching all the things instead of, talking to us on the sports show. Don't worry about it. It's cool, though.
Yeah.
He's watching Sam on his phone.
Probably.
Now I'm watching KU get annihilated at BYU.
Instead of talking to us on the sports show, he's watching sports on his phone.
Yeah. Virgil, what do you think?
It sounds like he's already saying, yeah, we're going to tank this season.
He's laying the ground.
I don't see. I mean, a lot of owners lose money on teams. That's nothing new. But just to announce it right away, and yes, Rendon's a part of that for sure. But to announce it right away, he's already telling the fan base just don't have your expectations high this year.
So would you say that Artie Moreno is shooting from the hip because Rendon sure?
No, you know what? You're on fire tonight, dude.
But you know what? I'm going to stop there.
Yeah, you might stop while you're ahead. Stop while you're ahead, because then because
I'm bound to have a bust somewhere in there. But Yeah, but well, speaking of this, Brett rarely does this, but he brings up a good point. But do you think that what do you think about Trout announcing he's going to move to the outfield full time?
I want to make a comparison on this one.
He's been in the outfield, right field.
Yeah, he's moving the right field. He's moving from center to right.
Well, that's what I meant was the position change.
I mean, if he thinks it'll help him with longevity, then I don't see why it'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Mike Trout, Rafael Devers. Handling their current situations, right? Obviously, Devers can't, he also has shoulder injuries. Trout injury prone, right? So obviously making a move to right field, he says, I saw this coming. That's not let's try it out, see how it goes. He's like, maybe maybe he'll be less injured playing in right field, right?
An honest question: who's going to play center for the Angels? Is that
Joe Adell?
Is it Joe Adell that's going to move to center? Okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't sure. Because Joe Adell's been playing. Has he been playing right field for the Angels, or has he been? I feel like he's played both corners.
Adele's usually played
Left field,
right and center.
Right and center. Okay.
You're right. Anthony Ren knows why they signed Yohan Moncada. Angels made a lot of signings for AL West that is in a flux. Who's a team to beat?
find out in 1 month when we make our predictions.
Just gonna say I don't want to give away all of that because we're gonna be breaking it down each show, one division, and then we'll break it down each team. Hey, who do you think we're gonna win the division and all that fun stuff.
Hey Zach, spoiler: the Angels are going to be better than the Blue Jays.
I don't know about that.
You sure about that?
Oh, well, I don't expect the Blue Jays to be good. So
Bet Brett a hat on that.
Oh yeah. Brett will look for a Brett real quick on that.
Brett's never getting a hat from me, ever.
Who's gonna be? All right, so you know what? Never mind, because we'll take it away. Because you got the Blue Jays, you got the Angels, and you also might want to include the Oakland Athletics.
What about the White Sox?
They're on their own category.
That's a whole other level of failure.
Yeah, that's just bad. Jesus,
man.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Well, I was gonna say, because I proposed a new name for the South Side this year, the Chicago White Sox.
See, you should have just not. You should have quit while you were ahead.
Well, like I said, I've always got one in me.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah. Look at Eric. Look at him. Not even paying attention to us watching the baseball game. Look at him.
What am I supposed to say when he's making jokes like this?
I don't know.
The thing is, you love them because you love me.
No, neither one of those are true.
Yes, you do. You love me.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
Anyways, Ed, would you keep moving on so I don't have to listen to this?
Look at him. Look at him.
Look at this. My bold prediction: Sacramento Athletics win a wild card spot in 2025.
They started spending money and they got Brent Rooker.
Are you talking about the Pacific Coast League?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Who wants a Chiefs Super Bowl Jim Beam bottle from last year empty? We're going to go ahead and pass on that.
You enjoy that.
You go ahead and enjoy that because we ain't doing that.
So what do we think about Donnie's team, the Jaguars, holding on to Trevor Lawrence? I mean, Donnie is one happy Jaguars fan, right? I'm
gonna let Eric take this one.
He's not going to win in Jacksonville. He's not going to win in Pittsburgh. He's not good. So I don't know what else there is to say. He's had multiple coaches. He's going to have another one. What is his third coach already?
Mm-hmm. He's not good. The Cleveland Browns?
He's not good.
Yeah. No, this guy is going to be a winner because he says Duval.
Which is the dumbest thing ever. Who just shouts their county? Sedgwick?
Yeah.
What was that again?
Sedgwick.
Sedgwick.
There we go.
What's your county? Virgil?
Madison.
Is that you're in the isn't that where the city is? It's a county name too?
Yeah, the county's name is Madison. Huntsville is the biggest city in Madison County.
So
Madison City.
Virgil, how are the bridges there?
That's the wrong Madison County.
See, I told you, Ed.
I love a good Bridge of Madison County joke. Thank you.
No, but I said, but like that one was just there for the taking.
Ed, what's your county again?
Wake
County. And then yours is, it's not Gwinnett, right?
No, it's not.
I don't know what yours
congratulations to Wade Box, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cancer free. That's awesome. I like that. That was good.
To see how emotional he got after ringing that bell too. I mean, it's just
Yeah, dude. There you go. Mike
I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, that's after going through that whole process.
Oh, you're one of those Shawnee County, Kansas City area.
Oh man,
Wait, Brett.
You're full of piss and vinegar now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Brett. Did we ask?
Oh my God,
we did. Yeah, I did. Yes,
Eric did. Oh my God. By the way, also to stick with football here, Aaron Rodgers begging to stay in New York. That just
Why would
made
he do that when he can go to Cleveland?
He ain't coming to Cleveland. I don't think he's going to play this year. Who's going to take him?
I don't know. I don't know if it was real or fake, but there was a Colts fan that showed a picture, and I think it was probably like photoshopped, but they showed like one of the highway ad signs saying that Aaron Rodgers was not welcome in Indy, and I was like, can we actually get that put up if it's not real? Because I mean, I would pay for that.
I think the fan actually did pay for that.
I wasn't sure if that was real or if it was photoshopped, but either way, I was in full support of it.
You have a quarterback. He's not going there.
That's what I'm saying. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like,
have you met our owner?
I have not. No.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well, he probably looked at his choices and said, New York's probably better.
The problem is that who's going to want to? He could be, again, Hall of Fame career. Let's put that aside. The person who is just the person that Aaron Rodgers is, he is a cancer everywhere he goes. He just destroys everything in his path. And like, why would you even want to bring that in to your organization? Shut your show fly.
Shut your shoe fly pie mouth, Patrick.
That question is just being desperate. There's some teams that just want to have a named quarterback, a proven quarterback. Doesn't matter how far ago it was proven, but still proven, and they think that would help their team get better. I mean, Tennessee Titans are probably the ones that would make the most sense in that case because they tried the Will Levis experiment. That failed. They're not brave enough to pull the trigger on Mason Rudolph and, win 3 Super Bowls in a row. So, I mean, they're going to have to go with Aaron Rodgers.
I'm looking at the teams right now for.
He just skipped right over.
I cannot believe he skipped that. I thought that was going to get him.
Nope.
Dang.
Nope. Not doing this. Not doing this with you. Not doing it. Let me see. Nope. See, you get me mad, and I don't want to talk about. I'm not just gonna just. Shador Sanders is coming to Cleveland. How's that? All of you can suck it tonight. I'm out. I gotta go. I quit. Totally kidding. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to say things like that.
At least she knows.
She knows. Federal prison, 2 military prisons, state prison, contract prison.
Yeah, that's where Michael Vick was in Leavenworth.
Honestly, I'll take Jameis back in Cleveland.
He's finally got to that point.
That's wow. I was never expecting that.
I'll take Jameis back.
Treasure.
I will take Jameis over Aaron Rodgers any day. Any day. See, you guys got me to this point. See, this is, guys. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go to sleep or build a Lego or something, just so I can calm down. See, all of you, and look at the prospector. He's just like, what? What'd I say? Browns quarterback, top baby names for 2001. Oh God, Brett, don't do this. Don't do this, Brett.
There's been a lot of them.
40.
Aren't we at 40 now?
Those are 43, maybe.
I think it's 43 or 44.
Wow.
Quarterbacks since they came back in 1999.
I thought it was 40.
No, it's higher. Did you guys see that guy with the jersey that every year he
it
keeps
actually is 40.
Actual 40?
I mean, Patrick would know. He knows all of them.
True story. He does mention it whenever he gets a chance. But yeah, you saw
Kelly
that
Holcomb,
jersey.
Kelly Holcomb or Deshaun Kaiser, anybody?
Where I think that isn't Deshaun Kaiser. Dude, I saw a list of ex Browns players that are going to be playing in the UFL. It's a long list. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Man. Brandon Whedon.
30. I remember when they drafted. I'm like, God, we suck at life, don't we?
And it all started with Tim Couch.
I feel bad for Tim Couch. I feel bad for him because he deserved better. But he did. Didn't he win a championship in Green Bay?
Who?
Tim Couch?
No.
No.
Matt Flynn did, didn't he?
Oh.
Unless he was Rodgers' backup, but I don't think he was.
Aaron Rodgers needs to go on a permanent dark retreats. Not say dead, just go away. I'm with you, Brett. That's a true story. The Raiders. Would the Raiders take him?
I think it's the only sensible landing spot for him.
The Saints?
I can see Raiders.
The Giants?
You don't actually think Pete Carroll's going to want him in Vegas, do you?
No. I don't think he necessarily wants him, but I think it could be a stopgap because, what has he got there right now? Is he going to want to work?
O'Connell?
Is he going to want to work with Aiden O'Connell?
Yeah.
I can't see the Saints doing it.
Well, and aren't the Saints in love with Spencer Rattler anyway? At least the management.
That's just that we dropped it and we better make it work. That's what it says. As a Chiefs fan, I don't think that the Raiders would even stoop that low. No, I think Pete Carroll's not going to do that. If what's his name was still there, I say yeah, they would. But Pete Carroll coming in there, he's like, no, we're not doing this. This is not going to happen.
I'm telling you guys, it's going to be the Titans.
You think so?
I think after Levis, especially if they don't go for Ward they have the number one pick. So you say Sanders is going to go. If they grab Hunter first, I think they would get Rodgers for a QB.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because they have the number one pick, right? Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're saying that they're not going to pick a quarterback?
They're
going to go for Travis Hunter.
I'm saying if they don't. If they pick Hunter first, then that would kind of signal I think they would go in the market for a quarterback.
Okay.
I could see them taking Hunter, though. That's the thing. Even with Levis at quarterback, the leadership that they have there now, I can see them going for the best player available, even if it isn't necessarily the position of need. I think if they're not entirely convinced by Ward or Sanders, that I could see them doing that.
Donnie said he will move in with Kid Rock.
What's he even doing? Why is he on here?
Right. Aren't you supposed to be on a date with the wife, dude? The Titans would be desperate enough to do that. The Titans will be desperate enough to do that if they go for Travis Hunter. But I think they're going to, in my opinion, they should go for Cam Ward.
Why would you do that when you got a winner like Tannehill there?
We're not talking. No.
Tannehill could be a good Browns quarterback. I don't think he's played there yet.
Give that time. But guys, do you know the real reason why Donnie's here?
Yes, he is. Go for it.
He's here to see Gottlieb watch tonight.
Ooh.
So, everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Gottlieb Watch. As I painstakingly watch Green Bay Phoenix games, which they're not that bad, let's be honest, to see if Doug Gottlieb will win a conference game. So will this be the time he wins it? Let's find out. So Friday's opponent is the Northern Kentucky Norse. They're 11-14.
What's a Norse?
Norse, it's it translates to Norseman, which is Northman, and since they're in the northern Kentucky area, lower Cincinnati, they went with that name. It was a a student vote back in the 80s.
Okay. All right.
See, this is the amount of research I put into this.
Got it. My apologies.
That's okay. So 11-14, 6-8 in the conference, kind of in the middle. This is a home game for Green Bay. Did they win? No, they didn't. 73-60. Wasn't really that close. So, of course, as we always do, we go through the other teams in the conference. Other teams are winless in the conference. We are down to 6 teams right now. We are getting close to a photo finish here of who's going to finish with the 0 wins last. So, did any of these teams win a game on Saturday? Colorado is finally off the board, beating UCF. So congratulations, Colorado. You have
go
won.
Buffs.
Go Buffs. You have won a conference game before Doug Gottlieb. So that is the end of this week's Gottlieb Watch. Or is it? They also played Sunday. That's right. We have a doubleheader today. Sunday's opponent was Wright State Raiders. This is also a home game for Green Bay. 13-14, 7-9, a little bit better in the conference. So is this the game? Did Doug Gottlieb win this game? Ladies and gentlemen, yes, he did. Doug Gottlieb has finally won a conference game in the Horizon League.
Congratulations.
That's so happy. 79-68. Quick aside about Wright State. I remembered something. I was at a Dayton Dragons game talking about the 2 colleges in town, and they said you have Daytona University and then you have Wright State, but you can't call them that. Their full name is Wright State Wrong University.
Oh my God.
So with that being said, Gottlieb Watch is over. I feel like an institution of the show has just ended. I was trying to get the rights for I Will Remember You by Sarah McLachlan, but that is a lot of money, so we could not get that. I apologize. So thank you.
We could have gotten a cease and desist. I've been trying to vie for one.
I mean that's true, but that also means that she would be watching, and I really do appreciate that.
Exactly.
So thank you for letting me do this little side project while I descend into madness and watching Horizon League basketball.
Now you have been relieved of your duties.
Now I can finally do my taxes.
There you go.
Virgil, you're on to New Horizons.
Nice.
Let me ask you this. Because he has a show as well, doesn't he?
Yes, he's still doing a show.
Why? Like, obviously, you're not a good coach or a good, national televised show. Why? Just go away. Virgil, you could always sing it yourself.
Listen, I played in band for a reason. It's because I couldn't sing.
Although a lot of people would pay some money to see that, just so you know.
No one would pay to see that. They would pay me to stop.
Content.
Look, see, Mrs. Mayor, it was a super fun day. As long as you guys enjoyed yourself, I told him not to tune in, by the way, Mrs. Mayor. I told him not to tune in. So, new sponsors. So, all right, guys, let's start wrapping it up. I want to ask you guys what you guys got going on this week. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Influencer.
So tomorrow, Earn Fun Average, Johnny and I head to Gearing, Nebraska. We talk Western Nebraska Pioneers with Chuck Heeman. He is the owner. Him and his wife own the Western Nebraska Pioneers. They also have formed a new Front Range League. So there's a newish league that they are a part of, and there's big news coming out of Gearing that you'll have to listen to the episode to hear all about. So tomorrow, check out Earn Fun Average.
Front Range, huh?
Front Range League.
Interesting.
And the Fort Collins Foxes have joined that. So they will be playing each other. And we talk about that, talk about Paul maybe going to some games against the Pioneers. So, yep, check it out tomorrow.
I said, oh, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean,
it's a really good episode. Pretty average, if you ask me. So you should tune in and listen. Let me roll my eyes.
I am intrigued. Let's see what happens. Mr. Prospector, what you got going on?
That guy's ridiculous. He knows he's way above average. He's just full of crap. Anyways, this week we're going to this week on the MLB Hat History Series, we're gonna it's gonna be an episode of Let's Try This Again. So last week I was supposed to release an episode that never got released, and so this week we're going back to Fremont, Nebraska, and this week we actually are going to release the episode about the Fremont Moo from the Independence League.
We'll hear this next week.
No, this one's in the can and ready to go. So we will be doing the Fremont Moo this week, and check that out tomorrow morning.
All right, we will check it out. I like it. This week, Mr. Producer, do you have anything?
I'll just say on Thursday, get your brackets ready.
I'm excited. I can't wait. All right. So Mr. Virgil Brooks will be hosting next week on Thursday. I mean, I am excited for this. Chuck and Meyer are awesome. War Dogs play the North Platte Plainsmen when they own the team. Yeah, I remember.
They're supposed to be playing the Pioneers. Are you done? Are you retired now, Brett?
Let's find out. Okay. For myself, the Dad Hat Chronicles podcast this week, I released, the Stadium Fugger and I, we talked to Alex. So Tumble Travels on Instagram. We talk all things travel. By the way, how cool is, I don't know if you guys listened to it. Have you listened to it? I can't say it. Listen to it. Pretty cool. Wedding at a ballpark. That was cool to hear, and then planning and all of that. So make sure you guys listen to that this week. And next week, someone is going to be teaching me a new sport next week. You guys got to stay tuned for that one. So it's going to be interesting. So we got some good guests coming up. I'm very excited. We might have Virgil if depending on how this bracket goes, we might have him on the podcast. Because if it's bad, he'll never be invited to the podcast. Totally kidding.
It's an ongoing joke at this point.
I know, right? So he said he played them last year. We will see you guys on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you guys follow us on all of the socials. We're everywhere pretty much. So we will see you guys on Thursday.